something that I don't like. So I want to make sure you guys, okay, first off, grip. This whole idea of strong, neutral, and weak grip, I'd like to toss that in the garbage dump, okay? It's, you know, because when you hear those terms, strong and weak sound not correct, and neutral sounds like that's correct, okay? Anatomy has a huge part in how you're supposed to grip the club. To me, what's considered a neutral grip is very weak as far as I'm concerned. What's considered a slightly strong grip is, I think, is neutral. And then, you know, the big old, you know, this guy, that guy's strong. To me, I played with what was considered a neutral grip for 25 years. And I've got two other buddies that are good players too. They played in college. One of them played the mini tours. They played with what's considered a neutral grip. And we all would tend to deliver the club open coming into impact. So here is my 2 cents on this subject. This is a gross oversimplification, but that's what a golf instructor's job to do, is to simplify all of this crap for golfers. Let's just look at the right arm at impact. Wouldn't you guys agree that we're searching to get the right arm in this position at impact, or somewhere thereabouts? Everybody agree?
Yeah.
Okay? If I grip this club with what's considered a neutral grip, look where the club face is when I get my right elbow in that position. Okay? Now what's considered a strong grip, which in my mind is neutral, is where the line on the right thumb and forefinger goes right up the right arm to the right shoulder. Then you can get the club to impact somewhere in this vicinity, and the club's pretty square to the path and pretty square to the target line. So to me, a slightly strong grip, what would be considered a slightly strong grip, is neutral in my mind. So now Eric just read that if you've got a strong grip, you need to be cupped. If you've got a neutral grip, you need to be flat. If you've got a weak grip, you need to be bowed. Really? You know, what's that? Yeah, I mean, and again, like I say before, all of this anger and frustration is not at Eric for saying this. It's at, you know, really we're supposed to grip the club and then manipulate this and go. Your body is going to find generally something decent if you know. So look at this. That's a very strong grip. So now I'm supposed to, boom, cup my left wrist so that, God, that feels horrible. All right? So now my grip's a little weak. I'm supposed to get up there and go Dustin Johnson. Now I understand the theory behind getting the club face to match the left arm at the top of the swing, and logic would dictate that if your grip is weak, you've got to bow the left wrist to get that to happen. If the grip is strong, you got to cup. I understand the logic behind it, but as you guys have all experienced over your golfing careers, the golf swing defies logic, okay? My opinion is we're trying to manipulate the situation as little as possible. So there are plenty of guys who have strong grips, who square the club without a bowed left wrist. You can rotate the left arm a little more, you can get the right elbow rotated in a little more. Generally speaking, your body's gonna find it. But trying, like, he's got a perfectly flat left wrist. He's like, well, I got a strong grip, so I got a funny left wrist there. And I'm going, you're trying to, he's like, yeah, I need to cup the left wrist. So when you start doing those little micromanaging things, how many of you have I discussed swing plane and face angles with so far in 2 days? Why? Why do you think I don't discuss those things? How in the world, while you're looking down at the golf ball and like, oh, well, at P4 here, the club is a little behind the 2D vertical plane drawn up the shaft. Has it really come to that? Whereas I will just say, look, if you set your, you know, your wrists are rolling a little bit, set it a little more vertically, now all of a sudden we get the desired result instead of let's put a laser on the butt of the club and have a line on the ground, and we need to trace that line with the laser. You don't, you know, now all of a sudden you're like Tin Cup with the hat and the thing connected to here and putting the tees in this pocket and that pocket. So I'm not picking on Eric, I'm picking on just the culture in general. It's like he's hitting the ball awesome, and then I showed him his video. This is no joke. You look at his video, he's got all the checkpoints, okay? His hips and shoulders are rotating 90 degrees to his spine. His left arm is across his right shoulder, all right? His left wrist is flat, and coincidentally, his club, while he thinks he's a strong grip and needs to cup it, his club is perfectly square to his left arm, even though he perceives he's got... Eric, show us all your grip. You think that's strong, really?
Turn around for a second.
I mean,
No.
maybe I'm an idiot, but